Things are heating up between Iran and Israel, and got a article, a latest on that situation as Trump is weighing options for the US to directly be involved in strikes against Iran. But I'm going to share the latest article I could find. We got this from The Guardian because I've been hearing a lot of conflicting information. As recent as last night, I saw multiple people making videos talking about a tactical nuke was offered to the plate as a possible solution because the bunker buster bomb that they originally thought might not be able to get the job done. And I heard that and I was like, okay, what? I need to look into this because if they're debating using a tactical nuclear weapon, that's insane. And I would not support that. But we got this one from The Guardian. So the Pentagon's kind of divided on whether the U.S. should intervene with a direct strike or not. But Donald Trump suggested to defense officials it would make sense for the U.S. to launch strikes against Iran only if the bunker buster bomb was guaranteed to destroy the critical uranium enrichment facility at Fordow. Trump was told that dropping the GBU 57s at 13.6 ton, 30,000 pound bomb would effectively eliminate Fordow, but he does not appear to be fully convinced, the people said, and has held off authorizing strikes as he also awaits the possibility that the threat of U.S. involvement would lead Iran to talks. So again, I'm not freaking out. I'm being critical of the U.S. being and getting involved, but I'm still holding off because I know how Trump operates. He might just be making he makes bombastic claims and threats to bring people to the table to make deals. That's what he does. So that's probably what he's doing. That's what I'm hoping he's doing. But that said, I'm also skeptical because the war hawks and establishment people that advise him and that are just involved in our government are very pro Israel, and regime change in Iran is Netanyahu's prime objective. And our government, along with them, have wanted regime change in Iran for a long time. And I am truly America first. That is what most of the MAGA base voted for Trump for, America first. Libertarians joined in to be America first. We're not Israel first. We're not any other government first. America first. And I'm sorry, but it's our own government's fault for lying to us for decades that we don't believe them that Iran is close to developing a nuclear weapon. I've been hearing that they're months away from developing a nuclear weapon um, for as long as I can remember. And we were told they had WMDs in Afghanistan, Iraq, so we needed to invade. They weren't. There weren't. And our government continues to lie to us as late as, the COVID scamdemic. So it's only our government's fault for those of us that are conspiracy theorists and don't trust them when they say shit like Iran is threatening to assassinate Trump or Iran is weeks away from a nuclear weapon. When you had Tulsi Gabbard in March saying they didn't have the capabilities to do it. So where did I leave off here? So yeah, let's see. Um, Trump is not considering the use of a tactical nuclear weapon on Fordow, and the possibility was not presented by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and the Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane, in meetings in the White House Situation Room, two people familiar with the matter said. So that was allegedly, apparently a lie. Surprise, surprise. Everyone's always making up lies about this administration. So that's also, I take stuff with a grain of salt when I hear negative stuff about Trump, Hegseth, etc. Because there's constant shit being made up about them all the time. And like I said, I'm skeptical, but I'm also not freaking out and um, know how Trump operates. So it could all just be posturing. I just don't like all the BS and it needs to stop because it's hurting my crypto market investments. So Get your shit together over there, Israel, Iran, and the US. Stop the fucking war, and let's let this market pump a bit. That's my main concern here, and we don't need a bunch of innocent people dying. All right, but this is what pisses me off about a lot of the far right conservatives and Israel First people. There was that interview with Tucker Carlson and Ted Cruz, and everyone's like making fun of Tucker for asking the questions about the population of Iran, like it's not pertinent information. Kind of is important to know populations of the country you are considering bombing, unless it's not important because you don't care how many innocent people die because they're majority Muslim in that country, which is how a lot of the Israel First and far right Laura Loomers of the world feel and operate. So that could be true. But yeah, I think Tucker was absolutely spot on asking that question because you should kind of know the population if you're going to drop bombs somewhere, potential civilian casualties that might happen. But we've been bombing Middle Eastern countries for, the last 20 plus years. So I guess people just view it as normal. So let's see here. The defense officials were also told that to completely destroy Fordow, which Israeli intelligence estimates to go down as far as 300 feet, it would likely require the U.S. to first soften the ground with conventional bombs and then ultimately drop a tactical nuclear weapon from a B 2 bomber. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So, what are we hearing? We're hearing conflicting information here. The GBU 57s would not I skipped a line here. Would not penetrate deep enough underground, would only do enough damage to collapse tunnels and buried under rubble. I mean, isn't that good enough? Even if you can't destroy the whole facility, if you collapse all the tunnels buried underground, it's gonna have taken pretty much damage, and at the very least, they're gonna have to go in with a bunch of fucking machinery and dig all that shit out. So I would consider that a win if you have to absolutely be involved, but I don't think it's even something we should be that worried about. Um, but yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. Conventional bombs. This thing right here. Oh, well, okay, yeah. Israeli intelligence estimates it would require us to drop a tactical nuke. Shocker. Shocker. Yeah. Let's see. The assessments were made by the Defense Threat Reduction Agency, DITRA, a component of the Defense Department that tests the GBU 57, has reviewed the limitations of the U.S. military ordnance against a number of underground facilities. The situation underscores the complex nature of such a strike and what success would entail. Dropping GBU 57s would likely set back Iran's ability to obtain weapons grade uranium for a few years, but not end the program completely. See? So, there. I think if you must do something, that is the best option. Keep it conventional and just collapse the facility in so that they're a major setback, even if they are, going to continue eventually. Major setback. But sorry, Netanyahu would like full regime change as well. And that's where I'm hoping Trump puts down his foot and says, no, we're not being involved in regime change wars anymore, not in my administration. This isn't the Bush admin. This isn't Obama. This isn't the Clintons. The MAGA base overwhelmingly wants us out of these pointless wars in the Middle East. We do not support regime change. So, what do you guys think? I think that's enough of the article there. I think they're absolutely insane if they're considering using a nuclear weapon over there, even if it's just a tactical nuke. But, you know, worst case, best case, if we must get involved, I say they just do the GBU 57s, do as much damage and collapse tunnels as much as possible to Fordow, and Overall, I'd like us just to stay out of it. But let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe at Trad West Podcast on all platforms. Until next time, Trad West Podcast out.